Oh, the Jays may have taken a loss on Sunday, but man, it wasn't lacking drama. We bring in Ricky Romero now. Okay, Ricky, what was your take on the Manoah versus Cole situation?
I thought it was a little bit silly in Cole's part, honestly. And obviously, in a close game like that, Alek Manoah is not trying to hit Aaron Judge. Let's be real. But maybe Gerrit Cole saw it differently, and maybe he's trying to pump up his team. We know the New York Yankees have been struggling really, really bad lately, and maybe he was trying to be that spark plug. But again, I think his post-game comments, too, were a little bit confusing because he's a guy that the day before hit Matt Chapman and nobody said a word. And again, Alek Manoah is a guy that pitches inside a lot, and we've seen him hit hitters. He's not doing it on purpose, and that's just his style, and he's going to stick to his style. So I like the savviness out of him at the end of the game. His post-game comments were pretty funny, and it's true. I mean, I've always said it. Hey, if you have a problem with somebody, go get them. Don't just bark from the dugout. Go get them. And obviously, Manoah had the same thoughts, too.
That's the beauty of social media, is that when you respond and when you tweet, then we can read that, too, as viewers, and we know what you're thinking. So I love having the phone on, the Twitter on, and then also the game at the same time. Let's speak a little bit more about Manoah. What do you enjoy most about watching him?
Well, I think, obviously, we've seen him be dominant. The first half was completely dominant out of him, and it was awesome to watch. But what I've enjoyed most about him is lately, he hasn't really had his best stuff, but he's kept the teams in the game. His team, I feel like, always comes first. He's a guy that preaches that, and you hear him in his post-game interviews, and he's always like, man, I kept the team in the game. We won, and that's all that matters. And you just see that he's a team guy to the core, and I appreciate that about him. I love how he goes out there and he competes. He leaves it out there, and whether he has his best stuff or he doesn't have to have his best stuff, like he hasn't lately, he's still going out there and giving the team a chance to win. And that's all you can ask for when you have a starter like that, with that kind of heart and dedication that he has towards the Toronto Blue Jays. You see the love that he has for his teammates. His teammates have the same love for him. And I appreciate that. Again, a guy that just goes out there, competes, and leaves it all out there, whether it's 6 innings, 7 innings, 8 innings, it don't matter. He's just going to go out there and compete.
Speaking of the starters, rotation coming off a good week after looking shaky. So do you think the Jays have the starters to get them to the playoffs and then go on a deep run?
I think so. Honestly, I think that's been we hyped up this rotation so much at the beginning of the season, and rightfully so. They added, obviously Kevin Gausman, and Manoah was coming off a stellar rookie year, and then Berrios coming off a big extension. And to me, it starts with him, Jose Berrios, and the way he started this series in New York, and how he went out there and attacked hitters, made some adjustments to his delivery. To me, the rotation is going to start with him, and if he's able to set that good tempo, this rotation is going to go a long way. Because we know what we're going to get out of Alek Manoah. We know what we're going to get out of Kevin Gausman. Ross Stripling, to me, has been the unsung hero in that rotation. And then you add a Mitch White there, who's still trying to find his footing, and he's looked solid in his first 2-3 starts. But to me, Jose Berrios is a guy that's super key. And if he can continue to do what he did in New York every 5th day from here on out, then they're in really, really good shape.
And on the back end, yes, Adam Simber gave up the game-winning home run on Sunday. But since mid-July, bullpen has been one of the best in baseball. So what have you noticed from this group?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the guys bridging the gap to Jordan Romano. Listen, we've seen Jordan Romano be dominant all year. He was an all-star for a reason, and it just seems like he's found that closer's role, and he's embraced it so much that he knows he's a lockdown guy. But to me, the Jimmy Garcias of the world, the David Phelps, the Adam Simbers, the Trevor Richards, the Tim Mesa, you add Anthony Bass and Zach Pop, you add that combination of two guys that came over from a trade into already a pretty solid bullpen, then it's a recipe for success. Again, I feel like the middle relievers always get lost in transition because nobody really ever speaks to them, but they're just as important as anybody on that team. And the way they've been able to bridge the gap to Jordan Romano has been great to see. And these guys are going to be relied upon a lot if they make that run in October.
All right, Ricky, we really appreciate it. Keep on tweeting during the games because we're reading and we're paying attention. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.